I'm Tamara and you're watching the Tamara Neely Show. So today we're going to be watching a video. Apparently Mark Zuckerberg from Facebook decided that he's going to actually start allowing free speech. Yeah, free speech. So let's go ahead and get into it. But before we do, I want to welcome back all my returning subscribers. If you're new here, I would like to let you know I'm happy you're here. Okay, let's go ahead and get into it. Okay, before we get into this, I want to say I don't know how I feel about Mark Zuckerberg, because Mark, you've done enough. You've done a lot. I didn't forget 2020. I just want to let you know I did not forget 2020. When you were censoring my feed, when you were censoring my friend's feed, when you were censoring other conservatives' feed, when we were just trying to educate people on COVID and how terrible this was for the country. That's all we were trying to do, is let the people know the truth. And what did you do? You censored us. Now, I'm going to listen to what you got to say and everything, but at the same time, I don't know. I may be good on you. I'm glad you're doing the right thing now, but I haven't forgotten. Just because you're going to those wrestling matches, you're becoming more masculine, all this stuff, which I like. Good for you. Good for your wife. But at the same time, I didn't forget. Okay? I didn't forget. So let's go ahead and watch it.
I want to talk about something important today, because it's time to get back to our roots around free expression on Facebook and Instagram. I started building social media to give people a voice. I gave a speech at Georgetown 5 years ago about the importance of protecting free expression, and I still believe this today. But a lot has happened over the last several years. There's been widespread debate about potential harms from online content. Governments and legacy media have pushed to censor more and more. A lot of this is clearly political, but there's also a lot of legitimately bad stuff out there. Drugs, terrorism, child exploitation. These are things that we take very seriously, and I want to make sure that we handle responsibly. So we built a lot of complex systems to moderate content. But the problem with complex systems is they make mistakes. Even if they accidentally censor just 1% of posts, that's millions of people. And we've reached a point where it's just too many mistakes and too much censorship. The recent elections also feel like a cultural tipping point towards once again prioritizing speech. So we're going to get back to our roots and focus on reducing mistakes, simplifying our policies, and restoring free expression on our platforms. More specifically, here's what we're going to do. First, we're going to get rid of fact checkers and replace them with community notes similar to X, starting in the US. After Trump first got elected in 2016, the legacy media wrote non-stop about how misinformation was a threat to democracy. We tried in good faith to address those concerns without becoming the arbiters of truth. But the facts are too politically biased and have destroyed more trust than they've created, especially in the US. So over the next couple of months, we're going to phase in a more comprehensive community notes system. Second, we're going to simplify our content policies and get rid of a bunch of restrictions on topics like immigration and gender that are just out of touch with mainstream discourse. What started as a movement to be more inclusive has increasingly been used to shut down opinions and shut out people with different ideas, and it's gone too far. So I want to make sure that people can share their beliefs and experiences on our platforms. Third, we're changing how we enforce our policies to reduce the mistakes that account for the vast majority of censorship on our platforms. We used to have filters that scanned for any policy violation. Now, we're going to focus those filters on tackling illegal and high-severity violations. And for lower severity violations, we're going to rely on someone reporting an issue before we take action. The problem is that the filters make mistakes, and they take down a lot of content that they shouldn't. So by dialing them back, we're going to dramatically reduce the amount of censorship on our platforms. We're also going to tune our content filters to require much higher confidence before taking down content. The reality is that this is a trade-off. It means we're going to catch less bad stuff, but we'll also reduce the number of innocent people's posts and accounts that we accidentally take down. Fourth, we're bringing back civic content. For a while, the community asked to see less politics because it was making people stressed. So we stopped recommending these posts. But it feels like we're in a new era now, and we're starting to get feedback that people want to see this content again. So we're going to start phasing this back into Facebook, Instagram, and Threads while working to keep the communities friendly and positive. Fifth, we're going to move our trust and safety and content moderation teams out of California, and our US-based content review is going to be based in Texas. As we work to promote free expression, I think that it will help us trust to do this work in places where there is less concern about the bias of our teams. Finally, we're going to work with President Trump to push back on governments around the world that are going after American companies and pushing to censor more. The US has the strongest constitutional protections for free expression in the world. Europe has an ever-increasing number of laws institutionalizing censorship and making it difficult to build anything innovative there. Latin American countries have secret courts that can order companies to quietly take things down. China has censored our apps from even working in the country. The only way that we can push back on this global trend is with the support of the US government. And that's why it's been so difficult over the past 4 years when even the US government has pushed for censorship. By going after us and other American companies, it has emboldened other governments to go even further. But now we have the opportunity to restore free expression, and I am excited to take it. It'll take time to get this right, and these are complex systems. They're never going to be perfect. There's also a lot of illegal stuff that we still need to work very hard to remove. But the bottom line is that after years of having our content moderation work focus primarily on removing content, it is time to focus on reducing mistakes, simplifying our systems, and getting back to our roots about giving people voice. I'm looking forward to this next chapter. Stay good out there, and more to come soon.
Okay, here's what I got to say about that. Thank you, Mark Zuckerberg. I watched the whole video. At first I hadn't seen the whole video. Had only watched a couple seconds. But after watching that video, wow, I see a change. I'm hoping that you're serious about these things because at the end of the day, this is America. This is the land of the free because of the brave. There are men and women who have put their lives on the line so that we could have the freedom to say what we want to say. And I'm happy that you realize that. I hope that you're going to implement those changes that you said you're going to implement because we do need those changes. This is a free country for a reason. So that's good. I think, I wanted to do one more thing. So let's look up who this Dana White person is because I don't know who Dana White is. Dana White Facebook is what I'm going to put. Okay. Oh. So apparently Meta's new board includes UFC boss Dana White, a familiar figure in Trump's orbit. Okay, I don't know who this person is if I'm being honest, but it says Meta has appointed 3 new members to its board of directors, including Dana White, the president and CEO of Ultimate Fighting Championship, and a familiar figure in the orbit of incoming President Donald Trump. The social media company, which owns Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp, is also adding auto tycoon John Elkin and tech investor Charlie Sunhurst. Sorry, John, if I mispronounced your name. Wasn't purpose. Didn't do that on purpose. Meta CEO Mark Zuckerberg said in a Facebook post late Monday, tapping White is joining the board. Tapping White to join the board could be seen as Zuckerberg's latest maneuver to improve ties with Trump, who was once banned from Facebook. Oh yeah, that's just a mess. Like, I forgot they banned him from Facebook. Like, you don't ban the President of the United States from Facebook. Okay? We don't do that. We don't do that. After Trump won re-election in November, Zuckerberg dined at the president-elect's Mar-a-Lago club in Florida, and Meta donated $1 million to Trump's inauguration fund. Other big tech companies such as Amazon have donated similar amounts. Trump is a longtime UFC fan and frequent attendee of major fights. His ties with White date back to 2001 when White hosted a UFC at the Republicans' former casino hotel in Atlantic City, New Jersey. The Trump Taj Mahal. Trump also, sorry if I mispronounced that, I have a public school education. Trump has also appeared with White at UFC matches over the years, especially in his 2024 campaign as part of efforts to appeal to younger male voters. Well, his efforts to appeal to younger male voters definitely worked out because so many young men, a whole bunch of Gen Z young men, might as well look that up while we're at it. How many Gen Z men voted for Trump? Okay, I'm gonna have to look. We'll probably do another video on the demographics of who voted for President Trump, because that could be a whole video in itself. So, anyways, okay, Mark Zuckerberg, thank you for doing that. We sure appreciate that. We're looking forward to seeing it. We're gonna hold you accountable, though. You mess up, best believe we gonna talk about it. Okay, so anyways, I love you guys so much. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this episode, please be sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you've been hanging out, and I love you so much. Okay, you'll hear from me soon.